Welcome back to Breakfast. Listening to Judith Collins was our next guest, who runs the New Zealand Society on Alcohol and Drug Dependence. Michael Bird is with us in our Wellington studio. Good morning to you. Look, as you heard there from the Minister, she's confident that this will have an impact. It's worked overseas. How hopeful are you that it will work here?
Oh, very hopeful. I mean, I think the Minister kind of covered off the whole thing very well. You know, she's described what the courts are all about, and I think it's a very optimistic program.
Michael, apologies to you. We've got a sound issue here on the floor. Nadine can't hear a word you're saying. I can, however. Sorry, we're going to try and sort out your sound issues. But
sorry about that, Michael.
Michael, the criticism being on the cost to an extent here at $10 million over 5 years. I know $2 million is specific to the operation. You think this is money well spent?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I don't, you know, it's very easy to get a bit critical, isn't it, about numbers and bandying them around, but it's actually not a great deal of money for the kind of treatment that they are putting in place.
Absolutely. Now, how does this operate to the extent of trying to prove addiction? This is a question I have for the Minister just now. I mean, that we have trained medical professionals who are working with the offenders who want to go through this program?
Yeah, so there's quite a stringent, and, you know, let me say I'm not running those programs, but there's quite a stringent process of getting into being in the drug court. If you think there's 50 people in each court per year, do the maths, it's not a great deal of people, and given the number of people that are going through the Waitakere, for instance, drug court on a daily basis, you know, this is a small number of people, so there's a very, you know, stringent set of rules to actually get you to being able to be in the court. And as the Minister said, you know, you have to be willing, and it'll be very easy to, very easy for people to, for the judge to see that you're not willing. Very, very easy. You know, you just have to make one slip up, and yeah.
Well, again, that's the Minister said. Well, it may be at the discretion of the court, one slip up, two slip ups as to how they're treated, and I don't want to generalise, but we hear about people with addictions being very good at pulling the wool over other people's eyes in order to, you know, feed their necessity for whatever they're addicted to. Is that a concern here?
I think the way around that is that a lot of people who have had addiction and have worked through their problems and got into recovery will be involved in these courts. And I mean a lot of people. So there are a lot of eyes on each offender. I don't really want to call them offenders, but that's what they end up being called, on each drug court participant. And don't remember, it is called the Alcohol and Other Drug Treatment Court. It's not the drug court. Drug court is like a general term we use short because we like to shorten things up, but that's what it's actually called. And you think about that, there's treatment in there. And if I'm a, you know, recidivist drunk driver, even if I've, you know, the word treatment actually scares the bejesus out of me.
For what?
So I think it's, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, why would that scare you so much? Is that not exactly what it is?
Because I don't really want to admit that I've got a problem with my drinking. I mean, I've got a problem with my driving, but I don't have any trouble with my drinking. Drinking's fine. It's fine.
What about the numbers of people who are going to go through this programme? We're looking at 100 a year for 5 years. It seems so few for what is quite a long time to even start getting to the core of the problem, I guess.
Yes, but I mean, you do have to start somewhere, and we're a nervous bunch of Kiwis, and we like to hide in the dark, so we need to spend a minute or two, you know, finding out whether it'll actually work here, and more importantly, I think, how it will work. I think it's really important to realise that the strain or the requirement on the court itself to do this job, you know, it's a big task. Even though the numbers are small, 50 people, it's a big task to actually manage this in an appropriate way. So I think everybody needs to find their way and find the way of, you know, managing the process. Yeah.
But the bottom line, Michael, is that this is very much a big step in the right direction, and we all desperately hope it will work. Yes,
we all desperately hope it will work. Desperately. It is an amazing initiative.
All right, thank you very much.
Everybody involved.
Oh, thank you very much indeed, Michael. Look, I apologise for stuffing you around with our sound issues at the top. That's Michael Bird, the head of the New Zealand Society of Alcohol and Drug Dependence.